invite folks.
All righty, so the process has already begun, and what we will all see is a notification pop up on our screen. Let me know that you are on live. And so you will take it right away, Coach Shawnee. You will introduce them to whatever it is they need to bring and invite them in to have this wonderful meal.
Good morning, Zoom family. Greetings to our beloved extended community on Facebook. This is Coach Shawnee Benton Gibson coming to you live from Queens, New York. Really excited for what we're going to unpack today. So please do grab something to drink. I have my water. It's not enough, but I'm going to make it rock and stretch it out while we do this phenomenal session entitled Woo Tribe or hashtag Woo Tribe. Stories of Ascension. You're also going to need pen and paper so that you can start manifesting your stories, because we are going to talk about the journey of Woo today. So whether it's one day or, and we'll get to that later, many days in this space, your story has value, your story matters, your story is exciting, and all the twists and turns, you don't have to clean it up. We're just inviting you to share from a grounded space. So I see Shakisha is back in the space from yesterday. I remember your voice in the space and your name in the space. Welcome back. Cheryl Martinez, I think you're a new person too to the Woo community. Veronica Thomas, I love that y'all are all here with us. And if this is your day 2, there's a story to tell. It's all valuable. And if there's not enough fertilizer for you to produce a story that is aligned with this Woo Nation, this Woo Tribe, we'll talk about a counter offer of a story that is just as powerful and valuable. So once again, if you're just arriving in the space, get ready for the Woo community members that are our regulars, our seasoned folks that come all the time, our veterans. Please do invite other members of this tribe into the space, because we need to receive these stories today. So once again, hashtag Woo Tribe, because that's what we are. We are a tribe. We're interconnected. We're powerful. We have stories to tell, and those stories are phenomenal. And they have an offering to the community that doesn't know us yet, doesn't know about this community, so that they can say for themselves, wow, I need to be a part of that movement. So let's hit it. Let's go.
What's off is lock and no chase. So they're going to get on flight 9 in a couple of hours.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
All righty, here we go, here we go. Even when I listen to the opening song, I'm just reminded of the journey that we have been on. Together, 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 we co-created this sacred space. So good morning to everyone who has just arrived within the last maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I'm so pleased to have you in the space this morning and excited to be introducing the title, Woo Tribe, Stories of Ascension. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Coach Shawnee Benton Gibson. I am the founder of the Wake Up Everybody space and the executive producer of this space, along with so many others. Like all of us are executive producers because we show up, we share our stories, we drop in the chat, we support one another. It's just an amazing thing to experience just what this community has been for one another since March 2020, when COVID first started. Well, it didn't first start. Since March 2020, when we went into quarantine and all of our lives were altered across the planet. So today's session, we're going to be exploring what we are going to be doing with those stories. We are mining the stories. We are warming ourselves up to sharing the stories. So we'll engage in a couple of activities so that the Woo anthology will come to life. So I'm going to define what an anthology is for those who are not familiar. And if you're not, it's all good, it's all cool. Like, we're in this space to learn together. So you'll learn some new terminology today, and you'll all be invited to manifest putting one word in front of the other until we create sentences and paragraphs in a story that actually will have an impact, mainly on you. And then, of course, well, for you to start, and then, of course, with the larger community of Woo and beyond. So it's amazing that we're here right now. So we started off with the intention to have this Woo tribe. Well, we weren't even starting off as a tribe. We started off saying that we would offer 30 days of covering to folks who were dealing with the quarantine so that they wouldn't be in their houses going crazy. Because I know I would hear all these alarms and I would be like, oh my God, there's somebody dying in this ambulance, because so many people, especially Black and brown folks, were passing away as a result of COVID. And so Spirit dropped in or downloaded that I needed to do something to support. And so I took that action thinking it would be a short-lived thing, because they initially told us 2 weeks of quarantine, and it ended up being what it is right now, right? So the Woo Nation evolved as the quarantine, as the COVID dynamic evolved. And I am so grateful that that occurred. So based on the number of days that you've been part of the Wake Up Everybody community, please drop that in the chat. How long have you been a part of Wake Up? Has it been is this your second day? Is this your first day? Is this your 229th day? Whatever, or you can do it in months or whatever you choose, whatever works for you, but drop in how long you've been part of the Woo Nation. All of that is relevant for what we're going to create as far as our stories. And if you know somebody who belongs in this space, meaning they're here every day and they're not here right now, please do reach out to them, invite them into the space. There's so many members of this tribe, and we don't want to start this particular journey without as many of them in the space as possible. So drop in how long you've been. Tiff, if you can help us out with reading what people are putting into the chat, that would be very, very great.
Yes, we have me, day one. We have Z and Louise, who have been here since day 2. Cheryl Martinez, day 4.
Yes.
Shakisha said this is her 3rd time, but not the last time. Denise West said day 1. Stacy says since April 2020. Imani said, I have lost count. I joined in April 2020, so 19 months. Lori says, I didn't keep count. I'm just grateful Woo exists. And Teresa said, Grand Rising, woohoo. Whoa, I've been here since April 2020. Veronica said day 1. So you got a lot of day 1 A1s in here.
Yes, day 1s, nothing like them. And day 4s, nothing like them. And day 1s, nothing like them. All of it is powerful. All of it has value. So what we are going to do is charge forward with the manifestation of the Woo anthology, starting with some very powerful questions that we will ask today. And I'm calling them powerful because anytime somebody asks you about your experience, that's a powerful ask. And you get an opportunity to say, this is how I feel. This is what I think. This is what I experience. So let's put up the first slide, if you will. Oh, well, before we do that, Tiffany, I want to acknowledge the anthology team. There's a team of 4 that have co-created the foundational pieces for this journey. It started in a conversation that we did in the summertime as a collective body of members of this community. And we introduced the concept of the anthology. And then from that, we manifested 4 folks, myself included, that wanted to be part of the building out of the foundation. So if we can spotlight Zakia Talib Bey, and then also Amelia Blake, and then Tiffany, you're one of them. I don't know if you can spotlight yourself. Maybe I'll have to do that to support you. And family, please invite, if there's somebody missing from this conversation, please bring them in. Is Mama Amal up in the house? Is Mama Mai up in the house? Is Amuduma up in the house? Like Bimbola in the house? Like, please do invite them in. So here we are, the 4 of us, the members of the anthology team. Ain't we cute? Ain't we pretty? Ain't we vibrationally high? Like, just awesome. So unmute yourself, Z, and just say, hey. And one thing about why you said yes to being a co-creator of the Anthology Foundation.
Greetings, family. I am so excited. And I would venture to say from the minute I heard about it, I got excited. And I kept asking, when are we going to do this? Let's not put this on the back burner. I kept asking until we finally started acting on it. So I'm excited.
All right, beautiful. And Amelia?
Good morning, everyone. I agree to this because we all have our individual stories, and being part of this community has helped us to get deeper within our stories. So bringing it together and collectively sharing it, I'm really just excited to be part of that process and see how it goes.
Beautiful. And Tiff?
So I decided to join because I believe we all have a story to tell. And some of us may not be as well versed as others are in being able to tell that story. So Shawnee inviting me to be part of the anthology allows me, somebody who is well versed in telling a story, to be able to lend my skills to the community who may need help in getting their story out there, because your story is important to tell. It's important to be heard. So,
That's great. Beautiful. Thank you, anthology team members. I love you. I love you. It's been an awesome journey, and we're truly contributing equitably, and then also just collaborating with love and attention to one another, and the balance of the conversation, how all of our minds works, just makes it a really powerful journey. And I love that I have that in my life in various ways, but I love that it's showing up in this way. And I pray that community members have smaller tribes and larger tribes where you can co-create and feel like you're really having your voice be heard. So today is about that. Today is about you being able to share your voice, share your story, share your value in this community, no matter how long you've been here. So I'm going to ask Tiff to release the spotlight and put up the first slide. All right, grab pen and paper if you're just joining. We are going to be doing some writing today. So welcome to the space. All right, our first slide, the Woo Nation. That's one of the slogans, the hashtags that we use. There are many Woo sayings that we have developed over the course of the year plus, 20 months that we've been in the space. And it's been a phenomenal thing, just what has emerged. Like, one of the words that I always say is juicy. So today's going to be juicy. And it's because you're here to share your story. And our moniker, our slogan is where we choose to learn, to elevate, and to ascend, right? And that ascension process is very unique in this space, like how we operate, the level of emotional intelligence, the spiritual muscle that we have in this space, how we authentically share. And it's been building and mounting since day one, March 29, 2020, when we first landed in the space. I was the first one to facilitate on that day, day one. It's amazing that we're up to day 454. Wow. So as part of our ascension process, and thank you all for inviting folks to jump into space. I see we're mounting as far as numbers. And also hello to the Facebookers. I trust, Charmaine, that number is mounting as well. So a personal narrative is your story, right? So I'm going to ask one of my trusty anthology members to read this first paragraph about a personal narrative, and for everyone in the community to read along. So Amelia, can you read? Because you know I love your voice.
Sure. A personal narrative, your story. A personal narrative is a written piece describing an event or sequence of events in the writer's life. In this case, it's about your personal journey in the Wake Up Everybody virtual community. Personal narratives are non-fictional. They should include effective and powerful description, imagery, and word choices.
Beautiful. So word choices, effective and powerful, descriptive, imagery, choice, I love. It's your choice with the Woo Anthology to use the words that speak your truth and tell your story in the most powerful way. So please, family, drop 2 descriptive words in the chat to capture your journey with Woo. Just 2 descriptive words. So for example, for me is, I already said juicy. That's one of my words. For me, raw. Those are my 2 words. And I feel like the energy of them. So I'm going to ask Z to share your 2 words out loud while the community drops their words in. And then Tiff, you can share some of those words once we get more of them. So Z, if you can unmute, I saw you dropped it in the chat. Can you say it out loud for the community?
Yes, ma'am. Love and growth.
All right,
Yes,
turn your volume up and just say it again, please.
yes.
Hold on. Give me a second.
So you want me to keep
Can you hear me?
submerging?
Love and growth.
All right, beautiful. So everybody keep dropping them in. I see the words coming in on Facebook. Please drop them on your thread. 2 descriptive words. Once again, when you share personal narrative, nonfiction, meaning it's your truth, it's a true story, include effective, powerful, descriptive words with imagery and word choices that align with your power, your purpose, and what you want us to know. So drop those in. Charmaine, you can drop them in from Facebook if they're putting them in the thread. And Tiffany, can you read some of them so we can experience what the community has put in? And like I said, we're generating already. I'm already excited about what is going to be in this book because of what y'all are writing right now.
All right. So we have Z with love and growth, Louise with empowering transformation. Amelia said healing and vulnerable. Kay Sweetness says support and informative. Martine, freeing and safe.
That's
Denise West said transparent and transformative. Lori said open and honest. Teresa Scott said powerful and healing. Veronica said community and enlightened. So some more coming in here. Nayamo said meaty and solar.
Yes. All right. I love that. Loving all these words, and they came out of you, Woo. You, Woo family. And as we say, one of our sayings is woo-wee, like what we get to create. Woo-hoo, who we are. It's so awesome. So for the second part, an anthology, our stories. So let me ask for Tiffany, you to read. We just heard your voice. So let's just continue warming up your vocal cords. So if you can share the paragraph, just go back if you would and read the anthology piece. And then we can get prepped for the sharing of the link for the survey. So can you roll us on back?
Yes, we can. Got you. An anthology, our stories. An anthology is a book that contains a collection of short fiction, poetry, or nonfiction works or excerpts by a variety of authors. Typically, the book is organized around a particular subject or theme. Our collection will be about us and our transformation in the Woo community. And then it's asking, drop a title in the chat that describes your Woo journey and place your name next to your title. Okay, so the instruction is drop a title in the chat that describes your Woo journey, and do not forget to add your name next to your title.
So I would love for someone who feels like they got it, somebody who is quick on their feet. And when I mean that, I mean no harm. When I say it, I mean no harm in that. I mean like folks who are like can rattle off their thoughts and words with ease. So who's coming to mind is Cassie, and then also Denise. So Cassie, your title, and whatever comes to mind in this space right now, mind, body, and spirit. So Cassie, can you unmute? And then Denise, if you can unmute just in case Cassie is not tuned fully in. So Denise, come off mute, please. Y'all help me out. family. So I'm giving you,
There-
Okay.
Shawnee,
all
there
right.
you go.
Go ahead, Dee. No, Cassie's not unmuted, but Denise was.
Okay, so mine is Freedom from Fear, Obligation, and Guilt by Denise West.
Got that. Thank you. I love it. I love that you by Denise West. So Tiff, you can start prepping for the anthology review, and then I want to hear another person's title. Are there any titles dropped in the chat? And then we can just ask them to verbally share. And remember, the direction was share the title and write by your name, even though we know your name because we can see who's listed. This is an energetic prompt around you as author. So share the title and then right next to it, put your name. If you didn't do that already, go back and do it again so that you can recognize that you are a co-author, or will be if you take the actions, of the Woo Anthology. Thank you. And Louise, you unless you operate like Prince, or who's another person that just uses their first name?
Beyonce,
Madonna. So Louise, we know on the book, if you wrote a book, you wouldn't just put Louise, because that could be any damn Louise. So put your full name, all of them names that you were given at birth, or maybe you adopted some. So titles, and thank Florence. I love it. Let's read Florence's title. Or Florence, come off mute and read your title, because it just looks like a real title of a book with your name on there. It looks so good. So can you unmute yourself? And Shakisha, add your last name. Go ahead,
Florence. The
Say it
Breath
again.
is the Life by Florence Lane.
Say it 2 more times.
The Breath is the Life by Florence Lane.
1 more time, beloved.
The Breath is the Life by Florence Lane.
Beautiful. That sounds so good. I could hear someone on the talk show calling you on the stage, and they're like, everybody, let's meet author, powerful, best-selling author, Florence Lane, author of The Breath is the Life. Like, I can really, really hear that. So awesome. So if you submit your writings, your narrative for the Woo Anthology, that's what will happen. Your name will be included as one of the contributors, and maybe there's a section that says The Breath is the Life as part of your story and your share, or maybe there's a bunch of folks that talk about The Breath is the Life, and they talk about the session that Mama Ayo did and how it transformed them and got them connected too powerfully to their breath. We don't know, because we're trying to mine all of this in this space today so that we can discover and co-create together. So thank y'all. Tiffany, can you read a couple more, and then some of the ones that came in from Facebook, if we have a few?
All right, here we go. Shakisha said, all things are possible, nothing is impossible by Shakisha Monroe.
Yes, I love that name too.
All right, coming in from Facebook. Whoop, it jumped again. All right. Wings of Rebirth and Knowing by Charmaine Calendar Nottingham.
Yes.
We have The Audacity to Push Through by Cassie Map Ahmed. Sorry, Cassie, I butchered that. I apologize, love. Denise West, Freedom of Fear, Obligation. Oh, Denise said that one.
Yes.
But yes, Freedom of Fear, Obligation, and Guilt by Denise R. West. Still Not Finished by Cheryl Martinez.
Yes, Cheryl, love it.
Journey to Self-Love and Acceptance by Theodora M. Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Awakening from the Dream by Laura Clark.
Yes, I want to read that. I'm like, what dream are you awakening from? I love it. Go ahead, Tiff, 2 more.
Successfully Surviving a Storm by Kay Sweetness Jennings. And we have In Search of Self by Teresa E. Plaskett.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And do we have any of the Facebook shares? Because I don't want to leave them out. I saw at least 2 on the thread.
I'm scrolling, looking for them right now.
One just dropped in from Jim McBean. And then
okay, there we go. I Shine Effortlessly by Glennis McBean.
Yes.
And Denise said, yes, these are all bestsellers.
Yes. And imagine a bunch of bestsellers in one book, right? It's going to be awesome, y'all. So I trust and believe that because you've already started the process here, that you will join us in the co-creation of this book, because there are some awesome speakers, writers, manifestors in this space. Whether you're a writer or not, we can support you in fine-tuning and honing in the story so that you can generate what your truth is about this woo journey. Remember, no matter how many days. So Tiffany, earlier, when we were in the space prepping, I was saying, I don't know how many days it's been, like, since March 29th in 2020, and Tiffany helped us out by looking it up. And so I'm going to share that really, really quickly, how long we've been on this journey. So, since March 29th, 2020, the age of the Woo Nation and our participation in it is 1 year, 7 months, 1 week, and 5 days. 1 year, 7 months, 1 week, and 5 days, or 20 months old, or 84 weeks old, or 591 days old, or 14,184 hours old, or 851,040 minutes old, or 51,062,400 seconds old. Wow. And we were born on a Sunday, y'all. Born on a Sunday. And for those of you who are, very steeped and aligned with African culture, tell us the name, masculine and feminine, of Born on a Sunday. Maybe from the Yoruba tradition, or, just share what Born on a Sunday means. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I was born on a Tuesday. All right, so we're going to move forward. And placing in the chat, like the number of days and stuff, one of the admin folks have to do that. I can't. I'm pressing forward, but thank you, Z, for asking us to do that. All righty, so let's move to the next slide. And I'm letting you all know that we'll probably be in this space another 20 minutes. I know it's a 30-minute day, but I already told folks I'm not a 30-minute facilitator. I've owned that. I take responsibility for that. So I'm going to stop scheduling myself on 30-minute days, but we didn't have anyone for today. So I jumped in, and I love that I did it. I'm super excited about it. All right. Keep inviting folks, because we need more voices in here and on Facebook. So your story matters. And as you can see, it's powerful. Even when you just title it, it's an amazing thing. So our subtitle is Creating Your Personal Ascension Narrative as it relates to your participation with Woo. So we have 4 components here, and I'm going to ask that we start with the first. And I think I'm the first person with regard to writing the story, because we all have a story to tell, that the story that we write about our personal non-fictional journeys, our true authentic stories, must be significant, right? A fundamental quality of a great narrative is that it focuses on a particularly significant time in a person's life. Hey, your participation with Woo during the pandemic. When you're preparing to write your narrative, family, choose a time in your life, like this time, when something important happened. This has been super important for me. How about you? All right, so I'm going to pass it to one of the other anthology team members who took on organization.
That was me. Organization. Chronological organization is usually the most simple technique. Whether your research involves looking through bank statements, phone records, or talking to loved ones and friends, do your best to account for each event from the specific time period accurately. And we just got that time period, so I know we've got this.
Yes, and what I will say about that is that you may have to go back and look at June of 2020. Maybe that's when you started to worry about paying your rent because you had a cushion, and that cushion was depleted, and you were worried and anxious and wondering whether you had to move or not. And then we're in the middle of a pandemic. And so you started tuning into Woo and utilizing the tools. Maybe you were on when one of the facilitators talked about, like Kadeem did the energy work, where you throw up on the board all your worries and concerns, and then you cancel, erase it out so you can be grounded another day. So chronological process and organizational process when you're writing your narrative is super important. Like for me, I have text threads and email threads. There's loads of places to look so you can get acquainted with what is happening. And if you're in the Facebook group, there's all these videos and postings, so you can go back and review some of the things you experienced and who taught what. So thank you for that, Amelia. Honesty is next. So who's up for honesty? We all are, but who's going to read about it as it relates to our narrative creation?
That's me. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Honesty. One of the most powerful ways to command a reader's attention is to be brutally honest. Don't be afraid to explain and describe certain events, situations, and personal encounters with absolute honesty. And we have no problem with that in here.
Amen's. All righty. Beautiful, beautiful. And one of the things that we have worked the muscle of is just being authentic, showing up, speaking our truths, being coachable, being honest when being coached, all of that, or being honest about, I'm not ready to share that. I'm not ready to go there. I'm not ready to do that. So you can definitely write about your journey of resistance as part of it. This is not all about shiny stories. Not all of our stories have been shiny. Some people have gotten angry in this space. Some people have gotten reactivated with things that they've experienced when they were young. You know, we've had conversations with Martine Malivers about what the impact of sexual trauma with children and stuff like that. And then our own traumas have gotten reactivated. And I've done sessions on trauma. So definitely, definitely, honesty is the best policy for woo. So urgency. So Tiff.
All right, that's me. Harness all the reasons you believe the specific day's events are significant and write your narrative with enthusiasm. Once you've clarified a point, description, or ideology, move on. There's no reason to explain something with a paragraph when it can be written in a single sentence. I do apologize. This looks like it is cut off. I will copy and paste it if it is not clear for everyone.
Got that. And what we didn't do, Tiff, and you just reminded me, if this could be cut and pasted from the slide deck and each piece dropped in, because we're not going to stay here, so that folks, when they go in the room, they can utilize this. I want to say something about urgency. And this is something that I wanted to train folks on in general, like the facilitators training that I do, because there is a training that I lead each week on Wednesdays. It's happening this morning after the session at 10 o'clock. But in this space too, I want to invite us to practice when we verbally share, not to repeat over and over again. Sometimes we make a point and then we go back and make the point again, and we go back and make the same point again, and we go back and make the same point again. It will be very helpful when you write the narrative for the anthology to make sure that you, in this case, hitting it and quitting it is a good thing, right? Just write it out, share it. You don't have to over elaborate. I love words, but sometimes I have to shave off because I'm saying the most when it only requires 2 sentences and I'm providing 10. So please keep that in mind, not just in your written shares, but in your verbal expression, especially in virtual space. People start to tune out when you're repeating over and over and over again. So be mindful and tuned into self when you communicate, because you are communicating so that others might be able to hear and experience you, which we all want. All right. So I love it. I love it. Tiffany, if you could put up the survey. So we did a 10-question survey, and that survey has been sent already out in e-blast. It's dropped in the chat over the last few days. It'll be dropped in the chat again, so you can, check it out after and complete it, because we're going to start the process so you can complete it. And then we just want you to look at it so you can see what it looks like and how to navigate it. So Tiff, whenever you're ready. And while we wait on Tiff to screen share, and I just want to welcome anybody who jumped in the space. We're talking about the Woo Anthology, which is a compilation of our stories of the Woo journey. This is the Woo survey. There are 10 questions that the anthology team co-created over a course of a few weeks. And these are it. So you share your email, your full name, your telephone number. Why do we need your number? Because we need to be in touch with you so you can help us figure out, like, maybe something that you put in your write-up that we need to address or adjust, or we need clarification on. The questions: what was life like before you joined the Woo community? And we'll be unpacking some of that today. Share a moment where transformation took place as a result of your participation. So there are a bunch of questions, and we're going to look at 4 today. Looks like there's space for you to type away. There's no character limit or any of that, but be mindful be mindful that you want to make sure that you hone in, because there's someone that has to read what you write, and we have going to have an editing team. 4 of us in the space are going to be part of that, and there'll be others. I love this question. What do you envision for WU's future? Because y'all are so dope. Y'all might share some things that we never even thought about as far as the core team and the general admin team. So this is it. You need probably at least 30 minutes to sit down and put this together. But if you start today, you already have a title, you can just get that going and flowing based on what you create and all the feeling that you have from listening and watching the chat roll. You'll be able to get in it. So stay in the warm up, and just do it this morning. Don't wait if you can, or do it today. And then go back and watch this replay if you have to, so that you can get reactivated about this experience. Was there a question that needed to be answered for Jackie? Because I saw that, me being nosy, I saw it pop up. Was Jackie's question answered?
I believe Jackie was asking earlier if her title was coming through. It did eventually come through. Yes,
Okay.
Jackie, we saw it.
All right, awesome.
I also just asked if she can use what she put on her form. She's already filled out her form, so she asked if she could use that, and I told her she could.
Yes, and you see Amelia cheering for you, because it's like, go Jackie, come through, Jackie. And other people have filled it out too, so we're so grateful and thankful. I'm trying to think who it was. Was it somebody said that they filled out the form, and it was Adam. Adam filled out the form, was like, he was so emotional about filling it out because all these stories started to come up and out of him. So amazing, Adam. And once again, if you're in the community and you're new, today is your first day. You can write about this experience of being with us, and you're about to have an additional experience of being in a breakout room. So let's put up the slide with the questions. And Tiff, you let me know if your breakout creation is working for the process. And if not, I can support. But let's put up the 4 questions that you will get to choose one of to unpack and explore with some partners in a breakout room.
Okay, the breakout rooms are coming along. I have people dropping in and coming back in, and I have to reassign. But so far, the magic is working behind the scenes. Give me one moment to switch into the new tab with the questions.
All right, and drop the link in when you get a chance. If someone can support the hyperlink, not with the HTTP, so that folks can click on it and go directly to it. And I love that the titles are still coming in, and y'all still making magic. Stacey, I see your request, so we're going to honor the request for sure. So once we get the slide up, because I know Tiff is multitasking, and Tiff, if you need support and you want me to do it, I can do that. So let me know.
I think I got it. Give me one.
So Facebook, as I know you're out there, when we do this exercise, you'll be able to participate by us being in the main space unpacking. So we're not leaving you out of the experience of breakout rooms. If you're in this space, please stay in and participate. Like if you're in a breakout room, don't leave folks just hanging. Don't run from an opportunity to be with community and contribute. Some of you have been in this for the long haul. It's like, talk about it. Be about the business of sharing your experience. So the link just got dropped in the chat for those who want to just go in. And so one of these questions will be assigned to you, beloved. So there'll be 3 people in a breakout room, maybe 4 if we have an uneven number of folks. And we'll have the main space as one of the rooms for Facebook, so that we can unpack in this space. So questions number 1, and I say questions because it's a 2-parter. What was your life like before you joined the WU community? And what is your life like? What's life like for you now that you are part of the WU tribe, right? So once again, if you landed yesterday, it's like, oh my gosh, I realized that I need this. I realized that I don't breathe, because this week Mama Ayo did her presentation, and I think it was yesterday, yes. So question 2, share a moment where transformation took place as a result of your participation with a WU session. Wow, I have so many. Yesterday was one. Question number 3, what practices, tools from WU have you incorporated into your life? What practices, tools from WU have you incorporated into your life? One of them for me was, we were taught very early on by Nikki Morgan that we could live an orgasmic life. that our sexual beingness and energy and negotiation of that space can be a way of life. And so I incorporate that into my everyday existence. And this moment for me is orgasmic because we're all here co-creating and sharing our stories. Question number 4, share a time where you had an epiphany or an aha moment that was unexpected or eye-opening. Woo, Lord have mercy. So many. So many. So we're going to each have an opportunity to be in a breakout room and to share with others in the space. Once again, please unmute yourself. Please tune in. Please negotiate the space with the breakout room folks so that y'all can have a rich experience. We're going to have 10 minutes. Jackie says her internet is spotty. So if she's in a breakout room and you're calling out for her and she can't hear, just be patient. And then also, Jackie, you can drop some stuff in the chat in your breakout room. These questions should be in the chat. So Tiff, let us know if they're in there. And then Charmaine, you can drop the questions in the Facebook space. And then we'll have one question that the Facebookers and the main spacers will answer. All right, so Tiff, we ready?
So the breakout rooms have been assigned. Let me just drop the questions in the chat. And then
Charmaine did it.
She did? Yep. Awesome. Beautiful show. Love yous to pieces. So we are going to open the room.
Yay! See you in 10 minutes.
Are they going?
Am I in a room?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
All right. How many? Okay.
We're
We
not.
have. All right. So I have some people left to join. No, because everybody was in the room. Okay.
Am I in a room? I mean,
Veronica, yes, you're actually in the main space, but you should have been assigned a room. You didn't get a notification to join a room.
on my phone. I'm on my phone. I was trying to hook up my computer and I didn't get done in time.
Okay. All right.
See it.
So I'm gonna create another room real quick for the people that's here.
Thank you. Hi, Amelia.
So I am back. Why we got 11 people in this main space? All right. So I'm back. We're going to have a conversation. Remind me, Amelia, of our question for the main space and the Facebookers.
Our question is question number 2. Share a moment. You want me to read it?
Mm-hmm.
Share a moment where a transformation took place as a result of your participation with a woo session.
All righty. Now, I just shared, like, Nikki Morgan did many sessions with us about who we are as sexual beings. And I was blown away because we would be on there like breathing orgasmically and, just doing the most in a good way. And when she shared that I could live an orgasmic life, that is not just about me being in the bed and, different positions and all that other stuff, being hot and bothered and heated, or not bothered, unbothered, actually, that I could have that in my waking life, in my walking life, in my business dealings. I was like, yes, I had never thought of the concept before. And so once I incorporated that, I started looking for orgasmic moments everywhere. And my life just expanded. It became like a joyful thing to be able to generate and co-create with other folks and feel that as a space of release and a space of deep pleasure. So that's my share. Who else has a share? A woo moment? Like, read it again, Amelia, so we can all know where we're grounded.
Yes. Share a moment where a transformation took place as a result of your participation with a woo session. And I can say for myself, one of those moments was one of my first experience as a facilitator. The experience of the debrief room hearing everyone's perspective of what they experience, and also having the opportunity to provide feedback. I thought that was one of the most transformative experiences. And I found myself going forward looking to have debriefs after, after an event, because really hearing each person's perspective, and one person may mention something and everyone has an opportunity to respond. So you're responded, giving another insight into what may have occurred or what actually did occur. So I thought that was an excellent experience and something that I actually incorporated into my life going forward.
Beautiful. Hey,
Robin. Yep. The most transformative piece for me with Woo was jumping in, like getting back on track, just doing the first session that I did. I don't even remember what it was, but I felt so invigorated. I felt reactivated. I literally felt rebirth. I put rebirth activation. That's how I felt. I felt like, okay, this is how to get back in and not focus on all of the drama that's outside. And there's so many people here that want to be empowered. I was empowered. I was inspired. And just being able to connect with a group of people that wanted to focus on forward movement, it brought me joy. So that was my most transformative moment. And then moving forward, it just added on to that. And yeah, and I love the debrief room too.
That's it. One of the things that I love about you, Robin, is that you're always seeking we call feedback in Be the Tree, and then also here in Woo, nourishment, and that you're always seeking nourishment. I resist feedback sometimes because the old version of myself, as we're talking about our evolution in Woo too, like over the course of the months, what we've learned, is that I would resist it because as a child, it wasn't really feedback that I was being given by family or even in school. It was this criticism and it was usually harsh. And so feedback is nourishment, like it's going to grow me. It's going to fuel me for what's to come. It's just so, so powerful. And I love that you brought that up, you and Amelia, and that we're creating a culture where feedback is like craved by folks. So thank you, and utilize, like getting the feedback and actually applying it to your everyday life. And that's part of adult learning, that you are able to use the direct application of what you learn in the moment. So anybody else, and Tiff, please help us out with time. Is Tiff there? She's in the space. So let us know how much time is in the breakout room so we'll know how to govern the main space, because I don't want to cut anybody off when everyone starts to come back.
So I know I set the timer for the 10 minutes beforehand, but I don't see it counting down. And I don't recall how long ago I sent everybody into the rooms.
Okay.
I didn't look at the time.
Yeah, did you set it in the breakout room admin, like that it would be 10 minutes?
Right. Initially, when we were in pre-session, I had went in and adjusted the time, but I do not see where I can check.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it. It's just, it doesn't show you on the display. And right now we're ticking off the time we've been in the Woo space. So let me not take up more time by sharing this. We may have to gauge and guess, but or it might start the countdown on its own. So let's wait and see. So anybody else want to share?
I'll share. So when Woo started, I was actually recovering from fracturing my ankle. And I cannot remember his name, but I believe it was Kenyofu's son, who did a capoeira session. And I was in my walking boot in my bedroom trying to do all these moves because I was like, I gotta move. I'm used to being mobile and active, and being in this boot and constantly being told to sit down and you elevate the leg. I was just like, I needed to do something. And so I definitely remember enjoying that. And I will have to go into my book, my own homemade Woo journal, and pull out all of the juiciness from those sessions. Thank you, Amelia. All right, I'm gonna go in and hop in and pull these people out.
I was gonna ask if you should go in and check the time. All righty. So Z, I saw your hand.
I actually already filled my form out, so I'm gonna actually read what I wrote. The first thing I said is, oh my God, we can only pick one. So give me a second. Let me get back over to it. I have it open. That's exactly what I said. OMG, I can only pick one. Okay, during a session in late May, because there's plenty, but this is one of the more recent ones, early June. I don't remember exactly when it was, but Dion Monsanto did the session, and I won a free coaching session with her. During my session with Dion, she encouraged me to spread my wings and become a facilitator. I've been in training, and I'm prayerful that I will facilitate a session before the end of the year. In fact, I have a tentative date on the calendar in December.
Awesome. Thank you for that share. And thank you for the succinctness. It don't take all day to speak powerfully about an experience and what the impact was on you and how you applied it to your life. All right. I believe folks are coming back into the space. Some of y'all were like anxious to get back, so you just click the button, and others are waiting for the countdown. Whatever it is, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So we're going to hear a few shares. And then once again, we're going to prompt you to continue by going into the document and completing it and talking about your woo journey. So let's hear from some of you. I want to hear from folks we don't normally hear from. So Cheryl, since you're new, how did you share in the space? Cheryl Martinez. And let's see, Stacy Evans. And Joyce, I was looking at your name. I'm like, will she want to share? So I love it. So Cheryl, are you willing to share? And Joyce, you can share while we wait for Cheryl to come on deck if she chooses. So go ahead, Joyce, unmute yourself.
Good morning. Hey, sis. Good morning. Hey. Hi, everybody. Love you guys. My first experience with woo was from the beginning, and it came right on time, because before that, I was dealing with, just a lot of balances in my life, and grieving, loss, and trauma, triggers and things like that. The loss and grieving, it triggered a lot of trauma that was in my life from the past and what was going on currently. So it came right on time. And, I'm not a communicator. And sometimes I do most of my, I like to listen a lot, and I'm really not a communicator, but it taught me how to sometimes chime in and communicate and participate in things. It took me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm still, learning from that, and it's helping me outside of my woo family to learn how to speak up and communicate and don't be shy, and, and use my voice and things like that. So I learned a lot of tools from woo, period. So I exercise and I participate in the tools and what we learned, and I share what we learned, to other people's that's not a part of the community. So I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. So I look forward to going on woo and joining the family. For it's just comfort and it's healing and things,
Yes, beautiful. And thank you for your screen share, Joyce. I love that it's woo, the flower, it's so beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and thanks for starting us off in this, or helping us continue to deepen the conversation. So powerful, because a lot of folks started off feeling traumatized, not just by COVID, but COVID and the experience of the quarantine conjured up experiences of trauma from the past for folks. So to have a place to land every morning, and to be in a space where an entire community was healing was just what the doctor ordered, so to speak, what the creator ordered for them. So I appreciate that. So let's hear from someone else. Who else wants to share? We have time for 2 more, and then we're going to close out once again with a directive to keep this going and flowing. Anyone else? There's a lot of, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah.
It's just been so transformative. I just wanted to clarify, I said day 4, but this is my 4th day. We're coming, kind of second day consecutively being here, but it's just been such a transformative experience for me when I experienced the one session I attended about altar space. And just trying to find some ways to just get closer to my ancestors and the creator. And my cousin invited me on. And so I attended. And when she said, your first sacred space is you. And I was like, whoa, that it was just so powerful and just gave me chills, because all of the experiences that I've had in my life is because I haven't put myself first. I haven't taken care of myself. So it just really reiterated in all the messages that I get and that are echoing, you know, self-care, take care of yourself. And being a part of this community, I feel so supported just from day one, you know, from all the sisters here and all the information and knowledge and willing to share. That it's just been an amazing experience for me. And I look forward to growing with the community.
Beautiful. Thank you. Welcome. We love you. We're going to put you to work too, Cheryl. Sound like somebody you can put to work. All righty. I would love to hear, Teresa, I'll see your hand, but you know, you share and you're a part of this community all the time. I want to hear from folks that we don't normally hear from. So I would love to hear from, I saw someone ask Shakisha, because I love that there are new people in the space. And I want the community that's the seasoned community to hear this. When we invite folks into this space and we share what we are up to and what we are receiving, folks come in and experience what Cheryl just described, coming in here and just being like blown away by new knowledge and information. So don't get so comfortable on your perch that you forget to invite other people to come in here and get the juice, because this is life transformative work. And I want folks like Cheryl and Shakisha and others who are just joining this space to be able to be in the anthology, sharing that I've been here 2 days and this is what I got. I've been here 4 days, or the 4th time, as Cheryl was saying, and this is what I got as a result of my participation. So I would love if Evelyn or Noelle can share, because y'all are not always in the space, so we can hear from some voices that are not necessarily the voices that are the most common to hear. Noelle, if you're able to share, or who did I just say? I lost it that quick. Evelyn, either one of you down to share? If not, we can hear from Cassie. I think they, oh, there we go.
Hi, everybody. So I think for me was the first time I did when I attended my first school session was when it was, I forgot the gentleman's name, but he was telling us how to block things out. It was like a white chalkboard. Yes, and that was my favorite, and it helped me block out a lot of negative thoughts. And I was like, wow, I need to come back again. You know, and you know, just it's just different things and different stories. Even Coach Shahuspeet, when she does the self body massage, that definitely helps a lot. So just keep coming back more and more. I'm like, okay, what else is going to be in store today? What else is going to be in store today? And so that's what makes me want to come. And it does help during a pandemic, because it's just kind of like it becomes part of your morning routine. Yes. You know, and it helps you continue the positive energy throughout the whole day.
Ashe, thank you so much for that share. Beautiful. And if you would, Tiff, read Kaisha's response from Facebook.
Guys. Okay, Kaisha, question number 2. Being able to handle trauma responses to other friends and family came from my participation in the WU community. My interactions with Tirza always motivated me to take command of my professional relationships headstrong. The vulnerability of this community is so inspiring and draws me closer to the members. The breakout rooms is when we really get vulnerable with each other. One time, 3 other women and myself had on bonnets, and we all laughed and felt really relaxed to share our stories.
Yeah, that bonnet life is alive and WU. Wear your bonnet, be in bed, it's dark, cold in your eyes. It's probably smelling bad, but we don't know because we're in virtual space. I love it. And I love watching the evolution where people are like, I'm off camera, I got my bonnet on, I'm doing whatever, and then move into a space where this community accepts me just as I am. So I'm coming as I am so I can learn and grow and transform and ascend. So that's really, really great. All righty. So family, we have dropped this link in the chat. And Tiffany, if you can show the link with the, the slide with the final piece about the anthology so that we can remind the community, because I don't know when different people landed in the space about the anthology and what we're asking of you. And then we're going to close out. Like I said, I'm going to stop putting myself on 30-minute sessions. I have one more, I think, this month. Later on, y'all going to see me 2 more times in this space for the month on Thanksgiving Day. Y'all better come. You know, once again, if this is your ritual, as you making your turkey or doing whatever you do, because I don't cook, so I can definitely be up here and wake up and doing whatever. I go to my auntie's house in the afternoon. But please do join us, you know, for the future sessions, and join us on Thanksgiving Day, because we will be here. Like Woo will honor the commitment that we have to be here 5 days a week, no matter what those days are. So the Wake Up Everybody Anthology, which is a big word for a compilation of stories and experiences from a group, or it might be a compilation of poems. In this case, it's a compilation of our stories and our experience on this Woo journey. Complete the survey today. We capitalize that because you just started and you're warmed up. So go in, everybody, and manifest and utilize the link. It's already in the chat, so you don't have to type it out and try to figure this out on the screen. Complete a 10-question survey. That's the one that we're dropping in the chat by November 21st. And then your answers will lead to themes for the book. So we'll read the team, and maybe others. Maybe you want to be a part of the reading team. So drop in the chat if you want to be down with that, to read and review and support us with mining what the actual questions will be, to support folks with sharing their full narrative that will be placed in the anthology. A new set of questions will be finalized and sent out to those who have already, you know, demonstrated that they want to participate. And then story submissions received from you right after you get the new set of questions and answer those. And then the book will be launched by the 2nd year anniversary, which is March 29th. It's cut off at the bottom, but it says March 29th, 2022. It'll be here before you know it, right? So here we are in November. So we have December, January, February, March. So 4 months from now, we will have a book with a cover, a book with your names and your words in it. It's so cool. And by then, Cheryl, you will be 4 months in. And so you'll be a vet in this space, and Shakisha. So y'all keep on coming back. And once again, if you want to volunteer to be part of our teams or part of the admin process for the anthology or Woo in general, we always welcome new blood and new ideas and new brilliance and genius into the space. And Joycey, you're a writer, so you better get to it, girl. Fill out the form so we can experience your writings. I can't wait to see your name in the anthology book as my sis and a member of this powerful community who has generated with us for all this time. All right, I am complete, everybody. Thank you, Facebookers. Thank you, Zoomers. Thank you, everybody who's watching this as the recording. We love you, and we can't wait to hear from you.
This is Shawnee's contact information. So if you have any questions about the anthology, or, you know, whatever you want to get in touch with her about, here's her phone number. Here's how you find her on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, email. Coming up tomorrow, we have my beautiful sister, Miss Cheryl Glenn, coming through with Self-Love, Staying Above the Fray. That's going to be Thursday, November 11th. Thank you, all newcomers and new members to the Woo Nation. Welcome to a community where we come to learn, elevate, and ascend. You are joining in a great season right now as we're sharing our stories. So drop it in the chat if this is your first session, you're new. We want to welcome you and make sure you come back tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that and the day after that. This is the Wake Up Everybody schedule. We're in Zoom and Facebook 5 days a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We're in the space from 7 to 8:30 and Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30. If you want notification when it's time to hop on, you can text the word Woo Nation to 74121 to get your morning text and the link to join the space. Have you ordered your Woo swag today? Shop us at bit.ly/Woo swag. Get your face mask, your water bottles, your t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mug. It's time for gift giving season. These make awesome gifts. So shop us. Thank you. Here's how you stay in touch with us. Register weekly at bit.ly/Wake Up Movement. This is where you find out the facilitators that are coming on and the topics that they will be covering. You can join our Facebook community and nation. So the first one is the public page. Register at bit.ly/Woo community. This is the private group. This is just us. And then at bit.ly/Woo Nation, this is where it's public. It's open to anyone on Facebook. They can see the content. They can join in the conversation with us. Follow us on Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And of course, you can always email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. At this time, I invite everyone to come off of mute. It is time to rain love and abundance on our fearless leader, Miss Shawnee Benton Gibson.
Thank you, Shawnee, for the word.
Love you, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always
Beautiful.
And I woke up this morning
Thank you.
again to see how
Thank you. Thank you, Shawnee.
Write the book. Write the book.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
Love you, Shawnee.
love you.
I love my Woo family.
Love the Woo.
Y'all saved my life.
Thank you. Yes, Shawnee.
Powerhouse in the house. Powerhouse in the house.
Yes.
Family that I haven't
Let's
seen in
move
a
forward,
while. So
everybody.
glad to see y'all.
Yes.
Love y'all.
Love you all.
Everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
See everyone.
Have a great day.
Have an awesome day.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Amazing, wonderful, fabulous
day.